begin by welcoming you to this meeting and introducing one of my available colleagues, who is the Honorary Secretary, Mr. Charles Nahawe. Mr. Charles Nahawe, please first say hello to the people before you proceed.
Good evening, colleagues, and you're welcome to this meeting.
Thank you.
Yes, we've been in the background trying to work on processes to deliver the most fair and free election that will restore the integrity of the association, provide the opportunity for us to fellowship as members of the association, but very, very importantly, look at the values that hold us together as professionals. So this afternoon and part of the evening, I just want to address all of us to the fact that we are set to have our elections tomorrow, and today I just want to make clarity or provide clarification on some of the issues that might discomfort quite a number of us based on our interpretation of the constitutional provisions. Let me first address my mind, and probably if you have a copy of the Constitution, implore you as well to look at the Constitution and specifically go to page 9, that Article 3.3 that talks about the responsibilities of members before we go into the discussion of the electoral process. For those that do not have the copies, I can read straight from the copy that I have, that every member of the association shall, and the word here being used is shall, as a must, uphold, defend, and abide by the provisions of this Constitution, attend meetings and annual scientific conferences of the association, undertake to meet all obligations to the association, undertake to do all things that will further the interests and advancement of the medical laboratory profession in Uganda. These are the obligations or responsibilities of every member of the association that has registered to be bound by the provisions of this Constitution. The next item I want to highlight before I get to the presentation, is the annual general meeting. The Constitution provides that the annual general meeting shall be the highest decision-making organ of the association. Just to highlight the fact that the importance of the annual general meeting. And this annual general meeting shall be held after every 12 months. Okay? A notice has to be issued out 60 days before, which I guess was done. The quorum for the annual general meeting, these are details that the executive will handle. These are not mine. I'm only concerned about clarifying on some of the issues that relate to whether the annual general meeting will be physical or not, so that we understand where we're coming from. I read a couple of submissions where people are alluding to the fact that the Constitution provides for the annual general meeting to be physical. That is not explicitly provided for in the Constitution that I have as the amended Constitution of 2022. But also very importantly, governance demands that, especially in the arena of public sector, whatever is not provided in the association constitution or club constitution, once it's not provided for, reference is made to the national constitution. And any bylaws that have been created or any legal instruments that have been created to establish the functionality of systems in government will always be a reference. I want to address the membership of this association to the fact that the provision of considering and approving online meetings was made under an instrument that has never been repealed. And that's why to date, meetings are being held, government meetings are being held, and everything being discussed is taken as implementable solutions or resolutions from such meetings. Let me get to now to share the specific article that brings us to the fore, why we are here and how the Independent Electoral Commission chaired by Jackson comes in to provide and promise a free and fair election to uphold the integrity of the association and the profession that we cherish. I want to go to Article 6 that talks about elections. So elections of officers of the association shall take place during the annual general meeting of the association and shall be by secret ballot and simple majority system. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to clarify that here we are providing all avenues to ensure that the electoral process is by secret ballot and by simple majority system. A call for elections by the Secretary General shall take place at least 90 days. This was done. Candidates intending to stand for any elective office shall declare and register their names and offices they intend to contest for at least 60 days before the election day in writing to the chairperson of the Independent Electoral Commission, who will immediately cause the names of the intending candidates to the names of the intending
recording in progress.
Intending candidates to be published for the notice of members. Ladies and gentlemen, this was done, and candidates whose names have been published may consult. This has been done. We held a presidential debate, which I believe was very stimulating, and I want to imagine that it has caused and created the vibe and the appeal to members of the quality of candidates that we have. To contest for any office, these are other details, but most importantly, for me, I want to come straight to the issue of management of the elections. Management of elections, as you've heard from the Constitution, has been a delegated responsibility by the AGM to the Independent Electoral Commission, which I chair. That said, ladies and gentlemen, allow me now go to a presentation that will guide us on the subsequent processes that will deliver the election, that will deliver a free and fair election. Now, I hope my screen is visible and we're able to see the presentation that I'm going to make. Can somebody confirm that it's visible?
Yes, we can see. You could put it on slide share.
Great, thank you.
Yeah,
so let me begin with the eligibility to vote. One, to participate in this process must be a registered professional with Allied Health Professionals Council, and it's also provided for under membership. What qualifies one to be a member is provided for in the Constitution. So this is just an extract of that information into this presentation. Secondly, that person has to be a registered member of the Umlta Association. Thirdly, has to be must have an active status of membership with Umlta, and therefore must also be paid up their subscription or membership fee by the 10th of April 2025, a standard that we created. We extended the deadline for registration, and we all agreed that by that extension, we're giving chance to every member to be part of the process of defining the quality and the kind of leadership that they desire to see. In the due process, having identified the rightful membership for this election process, each member, as we get along with the process as planned for tomorrow, you will receive an email with details of the username. Now, the username, it will be your Umlta ID that will be provided. And I guess, again, one more time, the Honorable Secretary will be able to share the voters register, which we are also going to share. Then you will also be provided with a voter unique ID. Now, in computer programming, a voter unique ID has been provided to be specific to only that one individual. Secondly, when that email is sent to you and you try to send it to another person to be shared, the one who enters it first will be considered the voter, and the rest will not be allowed into the system. This is the match that we put in to ensure that the vote is very specific to the individual that is registered with us. I believe that this way we'll be able to curb the fears and allay the fears of members that think that it will be, the online platform will be an easy process where it can be manipulated and therefore other people getting competitive advantage or unfair advantage over the other candidates. That will not be possible. There will also be a voting guide video shared on the link, which is seen there. This presentation will be shared on our known forum for that matter, so that members can try it out to see if that link indeed works, for you to get more information on how the voting will be conducted. We've gone ahead to ensure that the virtual or the online, we've gone ahead to provide that the online voting has the photos of the members that have been nominated for the various positions. You're required to select one option per category of the representative for the position that you desire that person to be representing you over the next 3 years. And these photos were provided by the different candidates. After you've submitted your details, there will be a button for you to accept that you want to submit. So that submission button, once you press it, the information will be received back end and synchronized.
Comrade Were, are you supposed to move your slides? They are not moving on our side.
Oh, it's moving this side. Okay, then it's moving this side. Let me check.
If possible, put on presentation mode.
There, are you able to see them move?
Yes,
they
now
can
they are
move.
moving.
Now I think the problem is when I put in slideshow, that's where for me this side they would move, that side they will not move. So allow me just keep it that way. Let me just increase the font a bit so that we are able to. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. So that means whatever I was talking, I was just speaking to all of you, but visualizing it alone, right? So I didn't mention about the eligibility criteria for one to vote. That is exactly the information. I did mention about the email that will be sent to your email addresses that you shared. And the email will have a username. When you click on that link, you say username, which will have the Umlata ID. And then you will also be, when you log in to vote, it will ask for a voter unit ID, which will be sent in your email. So you will have it there, and it's only applicable to the email that was submitted. If you choose to forward that email to another person with that voter ID, it will not work. So it's only destined for that one person who has registered in our system. So there is no chance that you can even have multiple voting, even if you attempted to do it yourself. Then I did mention that we've designed a voting guide video for you to familiarize yourself with the process, and you only need to copy this link into your web browser, and then you will get that YouTube that will be talking and guiding you on how the electoral the voting will the voting will be done. Okay. I also did mention that all candidates have been provided on an online ballot paper, which is this one, and the information is that as you're doing the voting, you select the option of the candidate of your preferred candidate for the position that you're voting for. For example, if your candidate for presidency is Mr. Mbera Gad, then you tick Mbera, you don't tick the others. So that makes it it will not accept the multiple, since it's an option thing. It will accept just that one option that you must provide. Then after you're done and you're sure that you're done with your voting and choices that you desire for the various positions, you're required to press the button of submit. And once you accept that you want to submit, then the information will be sent to the back end. Then after that, you download the voting confirmation receipt, which you will have with you as evidence that you've done the voting successfully. Then there will be a kind of appreciation message, not massage, because somebody might ask me where will you find me for that appreciation massage? No, I'm saying it is appreciation message that will be sent to your email for successful voting. This was the trial version, how the message that will come to you will look like. Like I said, I'm going to share this presentation on the forum so that you familiarize yourself with the steps and the processes, just to be sure that you're doing the right thing come tomorrow. Once the elections are closed, a notification will be sent. Yeah. So once the electoral notification has been sent cleared, a notification message will be sent to your email, and then you'll be notified that you're done with that voting. Then final voting, we have a tracking mechanism where we have all the data being synchronized in the Excel backend. And the database now, it's being populated with information with whatever, it's a kind of form, whatever information you're submitting is being populated back end. And this information will be available, and this information will be shared after the voting process, so that all of us are able to are able to track and see whether your vote was captured and therefore counted or not. But certainly from the trial versions that we've had with our technical teams, we are confident that this system will deliver a fantastic and an error-free election in terms of data capture. Any mode of fraud will be published at the end of the process. Again, like I said, the system will detect any potential voter fraud in this election, and it will highlight it. It will show that voter fraud detected, and then for us on this, once we see this side, it means it will not be counted as a successful vote for whatever attempts that whoever will be doing and intentions they have. That will be a foiled or an aborted process. Then the system shall organize the position. It does the ranking. It will rank the best candidate to the lowest candidate based on the votes that have been tallied automatically. So there will be no human interface to manipulate and give a percentage ranking that has not been system generated. So I believe that with all that said and done, we hope to provide results for this electoral process that are credible, and the results shall be published to all eligible voters in their emails. So it will be an automatic email that will be sent to everyone, which record you will have for life if you continue to maintain your email address. Ladies and gentlemen, that said, I want to announce that the electoral process is going to start at 8. Like our national systems usually organize elections. It's going to start at 8 and it will end at 4 p.m. to allow for that information to be sent and for us to declare the winners for the elections of the successful winners for the different positions of the Uganda Medical Lab Technology Association, executive representation, and board, branch executive members or committees. I think with that, I want to stop here for now and wait to receive any questions. I want to thank you very much.